Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I have done it. I have achieved true chaos, true randomness in this game that does not allow for it. We have built the ultimate random spreadsheet, and oh, look upon her, she is a thing of beauty. Yes, in this spreadsheet I have included all the leaders, all the civilizations, all the mementos, and it's easily updatable, and it does complete and true random. Thank goodness for this. This is how I'm going to be playing Civ 7 from now on in the future. Just true randomness. I can even add victory conditions, and I can even add map types over here onto the end. We have infinitely expandable options, but this is great. So we're gonna roll game number 3 and see what we end up with. This is a weird spread. Okay. Pay special values only. It looks like we are going to be playing Augustus of the Mississippians, the Icelandic, into the Qing. What a weird spread that's going to be. Okay, well, let's lean into it. Let's roll with it and get this bad boy started. As always, we play up on deity difficulty, standard, continents and islands. I think this is the best map type in the game right now, continents and islands, standard size map. And this time I'm playing on regroup because I'm sick of continuity. I tend to play in continuity because that's how the game is going to be balanced from now on, I'm afraid. But I don't want to play on continuity anymore. I don't want to cheese a million traders into the Qing at the end of the game. We're going to be playing on regroup. If you've never seen Augustus before, and I haven't played him on the channel, you get 2 production in the capital for every town. So you're encouraged to spread far and wide. You can purchase culture buildings in towns, and you get 50% towards purchasing buildings in towns. He is the king of the new meta, the new urban town centers. You also, as the Mississippians, all buildings receive food adjacency to resources. And we get these cool little traditions that we can carry on. Shell temper pottery did get nerfed into the ground, which is a little sad. But hey, we're going to roll with it. And our mementos, Treaty of Kadesh for the Diplo point, and Complaint to Iyad Nasser for the economic point. Well, we've got some resources. That's pretty good. This looks like a very strong culture start. And we have a good couple of science tiles. This is a decent start. I like it. I'm down. When we look at our Diplo points, I'm going to go with influence. Maybe the influence, maybe the happiness. I always go for influence. Yeah, let's go influence. Why not? It's just the strongest one. And we're going to go for gold parade on the palace and city halls. Found this bad boy right here. Augustus has my favorite colors. I love purple. It's my favorite. Start with a scout as always. I can never imagine a scenario where you would never start with a scout. I mean, yeah, if you're Greece, the hoplite is really good. We are on the southern edge of the map. Why am I scouting to the south? Yeah, if you're Greece, the hoplite's pretty good, but I mean, always the scout is just well worth it. Looking at this start, we have a lot of rough terrain. We have a lot of vegetated terrain. We have a really good monument site. So let's go down the animal husbandry into masonry path, probably, because that's a good monument right there. Get that culture rolling early and fast. Cultural Mississippians is going to be a little strange, but hey, we're going to go for it. Our first choice is, where do we want to expand towards? I mean, this cotton resource is really good to pick up. And this is a good tile to work, so we'll just head down this way. And start grabbing all these goody huts as we can. We want to settle out to our limit and beyond. Well, can't pay the gold. That would have been cool, but 10 production will speed up our second scout pretty fast. I could see a world where we can get another little settlement down here. Oh yeah, definitely. There's space to expand down here. We have the space. We have the power. I'm gonna go straight up another scout because I think scouting with Augustus is so important. The more settlements you get, the stronger Augustus becomes. So we want high impact settlements that have lots of resources around them. Let's go ahead and grab this to get extra production here in the capital, and we're just gonna roll with it. Beautiful settlement location up here. Not a lot of production, however. I was thinking about making a city up there, but seeing the no production causes me to shudder at that. I'm gonna take the influence because I can make Dartichit my friend a lot faster if I do that. I keep getting some visual tears ever since the new update. Firaxis, I hope you see this. I don't imagine that anybody at Firaxis watches my videos, but hey, if somebody does, maybe they can see that and start dealing with some of those visual bugs. Now that we have our scout, it is time to go granary. And I think we're gonna throw it here and use this to start pushing out down towards the silver and these game Seleucids up here. They're also really good to befriend. I like the expansionist city-states a lot. They were a big addition to the game. Always, we start with charismatic leader, and it's just so good to get through your early civics. And I think we're gonna start straight into mysticism here. Princips civitatis. The Senate is in session and voices are raised in conflict. A lone senator speaks out against the imperial fiat, while Augustus's supporters seek to drown him out. I'm gonna go for the 3 monuments. Seems pretty achievable. Oh, sick. Lots of culture to pick up there. Uluru. Oh, I like that. And we get Iceland. All things that we like, that we wanted. I'm gonna take Seleucia as my friend first and Dartichit next. And Classical Republic for the culture. I find that I just, every time I'm not taking Classical Republic, I feel like I miss Classical Republic. This area is definitely looking settlement shaped. I don't know where I'm gonna settle over here, but it's looking settlement shaped. What about settling here? Feels kind of bad, but it does pick up some rough tiles. All of these are here. Yeah, I guess that's going to be our settlement right there. And it doesn't overlap with the capital. That's pretty good. And down here somewhere is looking pretty settlement shaped as well. Somewhere that gives me access to all these resources. We've gotten pretty lucky with goody huts. We boosted masonry like 5 times. There's also got to be some sort of settlement I can get down here. Not necessarily a city, but definitely at least a town. As well as Uluru. Man, we want to get Uluru and as many Uluruan tiles as we can. So this is definitely settlement shaped for us. That leaves some resources out here in the middle unclaimed, but we could do like a town here and still have access to all that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we can easily get to 7. And now that we have masonry, it's pottery time. Who do we meet? Tongan Himiko, Queen of Wa, Science Himiko. I would like for her to like us. I'm feeling benevolent. I don't wish for conflict. Just because Mississippians are way more trade focused and defensive. Don't kill my boy. Oh, my boy's dead. I'll take the chariot then for 50 gold. And escort my settler around. Don't want nobody messing with my boy here. We like this silver. I also like this wild game. I'm gonna get the silver for now, and then in 10 turns, by the time we settle here, we'll be able to get this wild game. And that wild game will give us food to supercharge our next settlement. Second settler. And that gives us mysticism, allowing us to jump into discipline. As far as Pantheons go. I don't know what I want. We could go for oral tradition. I mean, this doesn't feel good because you're not really building that many settlers after a certain point. What about monument to the gods? Maybe we'll be building some wonders. I have a ton of gold. 360. I actually don't have enough gold. Well then, I could have almost enough gold, or I could take about 3 or 4 turns worth of culture. I'm gonna take the culture. Get discipline out faster. And now that Kusa's down, I'm gonna be sending wild game over there as soon as possible. Let's jump up towards all these beautiful resources and have them shipped back down to our capital. And it kind of looks like this whole bottom half of the continent is ours to do with as we see fit. And I shall. Celebration into culture and gold in all settlements is what I want, because I want to be buying monuments and various things. Confucius as the Han. Fuji. Just a neutral greeting for you. And as soon as I have Dartichit working, I will start sending out Diplo endeavors with people to boost friendships. One of my first questions here is going to be, where do I go with this second settler? Do I go for the Uluru settle? I'm very interested in the Uluru settle. You'll be friendly next turn. I'm not worried about that warrior. Or do I go for this mega resource settle? This mega resource settle is pretty good. No, thank you, Salusha. You can't take my stuff. I think the answer is going to be Uluru settle. Uluru settle into a monument, into the mega resource settle, and get Dartichit, my friend. This is gonna be a pretty game, I think. I'm fairly happy with our starting setup here. We got a weird, different, random, eclectic, like group of, I hate this visual tear. Group of civs. But I don't know, they feel weirdly synergistic in a way, except I'm not gonna have many coastal settlements. I have a lot of tundra though. Tell me that ain't good for Iceland. Lots of tundra, that would be sweet. Okay, game into Kusa. So many camels. Caithness up there. I kind of need Longsheng to be my friend also. I need him to be friend shaped. Did I lose somebody? I lost my scout way up there. Well, let's just set you to auto explore now. I've pretty much discovered all I care about discovering. Code of laws would be good. Earthworks would also be good for the building bonus. I'm gonna get my monument here by buying a granary. That'll help Kusa grow also. And having that money, the extra purchasing power from Augustus allowed that to happen. The limits of faith. The message of the monuments to the gods cult spreads with the hunger of a devouring fire. But is it the cleansing flame of purification or the inferno of persecution? Worship as no. Strict obeisance. And thank you for the kaolin. Give me that food. Let Cahokia grow. Settle right here. Creek is down. That's our third settlement. And we're going to grow up towards Uluru first, and then we'll go around. 9 turns till you're my friend. Make that 6 turns. 6 turns feels better. Yeah, we're gonna have some bar problems here. Okay. Yeah, now is not the time for a settler. Now is the time for a burning arrow. How easily do I think I could take out Megiddo? I might consider taking them out pretty quick here. I need some food going down here to Creek. So I'm gonna put you there, because Creek has a lot of tiles it needs to claim. I'm not gonna focus you yet, because you still have more tiles you need to grab. And I can't lose this chariot. We gotta run you away. Losing that chariot would be the worst thing. Jiao Jie up here as well. There's lots of wonders out here on the map. Now would have been a good time to be Isabella. Who do we meet? Amina. Okay. Egypt Amina. Got way more troops than I got. A little scary. A little scared. Let's look at our antiquity civics. What options do we have? I want the settlement limit. So we'll grab that really quick. Then we'll go code of laws probably before finishing everything off. I have my commander going up. We're gonna send a settler down here really quick and then another settler immediately over here. I kind of need to save all my stuff for Longsheng right now. She's already got a level 2 commander up there. That's a little nerve-wracking. Immediately into another settler. We're losing wonders. Maybe I shouldn't have gone for Monument to the Gods. Maybe I should have went for like Science on Quarters or something. Science seems like it's going to be a weak point of ours. Do I go for the settler or do I go for the settlement limit? I'm gonna grab the settler and I'm gonna do something crazy. But we're gonna run this settler all the way up here. There's a lot of resources to grab over here. That would be good for us as the Mississippians. But that's gonna put us... Well, it'll take a little while, but we'll get to that settlement limit. It's not completely foolish. Shelled timber pottery doesn't give me very much right now. Food, gold, and warehouse buildings receive 1 gold adjacency for resources. We're not much yet, but we'll get there soon. I'm just gonna keep filling in the tiles next to the capital. Code of laws comes next. If we're gonna be playing as the Mississippians, we might as well play to our strengths. Settlement, Alabama. And we get expansionist off of that. Great. Speeding up this settler a little tiny bit. And food. We want to go for the granary and we're gonna pick up this camel here. And soon, that is Silk Roads 1. Soon we're gonna throw a monument up there. I'm not that far away. Longsheng. I'll start befriending you, and I'm gonna heal this up for a turn or two. But with this, we can take Megiddo on. Is anybody befriending you? Nah. So we should be able to do something about Megiddo. Megiddo goes down, but I've got settler problems. Oh, we got some issues. I want to come settle up here in Changjiajie, but I'm not too sure we're going to be able to do it. Culture on culture buildings is going to be pretty strong, I think, because we're going to have quite a few. So let's grab that. And we're producing a wonder. We can finally throw in shelled timber pottery. That's going to give us a lot of gold. Things are coming up Millhouse for us here. And while we're here, let's cultural exchange you. Start getting some real culture pushed out. With 190, we should 240. That's not that far away. Just 2 turns. We could do that. Help me, Seleucia. Chedet being there is a big deal. That makes this a little bit less desirable. Well then, we're gonna have to run back. No, I want Changjiajie really bad. This is like the ultimate Mississippian spawn. There's so many resources all over the place. Also, 1 jade, 2 jade, and possibly 3 jade, which will give us Qing. Ooh, a +7 monument right there. And that gives us 50 culture. That'll almost finish up. Code of laws. First among equals, build a wonder. We're definitely doing that. 9 turns away. Our 5th settlement is down. Chickasaw. Chickasaw has tons of resources to pick up. So I want to move the growth from Coosa into Chickasaw, and Alabama needs growth as well. Creek's doing just fine on its own. Dartichit, and we can kind of just start going down our tree now. Kanaha is 2 resource capacity, or Kanaha. Once you get shelled timber pottery, your uniques as the Mississippians lose value. Longsheng's 5 turns until it's my friend, so I don't think I need to do anything. I think we can pretty comfortably just expand more. I've got at least 2 more settlers I need to build. If I get my way with all these settlements, we get a migrant off of a Mississippi event. We're gonna throw that migrant into an elephant here. And we'll get Monk's Mound here next turn, which gives us a ton of resource capacity in the capital. Raising the Earth, gold. And then what I want to do is, I don't really care about any of this. So I want to jump towards some settlement limit. First among equals. Culture on the Palace and City Hall. And let's go ahead and get the masonry boost. The codex would be good to help with a little bit of science. And what I want to do is start getting my production buildings in here, because we are just not producing what we should be producing. 8 resources in one settlement with oh, I mean, look at all this. With Monk's Mound, we have just so much, and you know, we're about to get another camel, so it's quite a bit. She is not gonna like us settling right next to her, but you know, it's too bad, kind of. This is what we want, so we're gonna settle right there. Pax Imperatorial 1. We're not connected to the capital. First Jade is down. Into the capital you go. And who is that? Choctaw, but I can't put anything in Choctaw, it's too far away. Well, we're gonna need a merchant then, or another settler. I need 2 more settlers anyway. Let's go ahead and pump those 2 bad boys out. Getting plenty of production in the capital due to all of our towns. Heck, I could even get something over here if I wanted. Right here would pick up. Right here would pick up all these resources. But my god, that's so many. And it looks like Amina's busy fighting with Confucius anyway, so is she gonna really deal with me? I doubt it. Look at this monument here. 1, 2, 3 resources, and it makes shelled timber pottery even better. And 6 culture off of that. For not all that much gold in the long run. I'm gonna want to get 1 here as well. Most likely we're gonna want a fishing key right there. That's a lot of golden food. Silk Roads 2 gets done. And that claims all the Zhangjiajie for us. This has kind of grown as much as I want it to grow. I'm pretty happy with making you an urban center now. And that makes things even better with, what's his name, Augustus. Look at this library right here. So we're gonna take that library. And I'll happily spend probably on a pot cop here. I don't think you're gonna go away anytime soon. The issue is Kusa's just unhappy. Everybody's unhappy. Chickasaw's -8. Why are you -8? Where's Chickasaw? Why are you -8? Missouri's down. I need to get my resources allotted here. Missouri, where is Missouri? I still want Alabama to grow. That's less than good. Well, not you. Let's find a better food. Chickasaw is kind of done. I'll throw you down there. And then I need to get some happiness into some of these places that are at -10. And throw these. That should be Silk Roads? No? What am I, just like 1 off? Yep. Yep, knew it. Bro, get out of my way. I need you to move. I want to get my settler there. Get out of the way, Solutia. And get you growing down here towards this jade. And that's kind of as far as I care for you to go. You need your happy. So I'll get you some happy that way. Let's go ahead and get you a pot cop there for some extra growth. And some happy. We're getting close to the 3rd jade. Appalachia's in, and Appalachia's gonna grab this gold. We're getting so much production back to the capital. Yeah, we can build kinda anything we want here. I can't believe we're already at 8 settlements. I don't normally play this wide without playing like a specifically wide civ. There's Silk Roads done. I think we're kind of done with you growing. Let's get all that food going back to the cap. I feel like we're kind of done with you growing as well. Let's get that food back to the cap. I need Creek to grow a little bit more. I want to pick up some of these bottom tiles. Can I start buttering you up a little bit? I don't want you being mad at me because we settled right in her face. I need to befriend her a little tiny bit. There's a good settlement somewhere over here too. My God, the places we can go. Just all the places we can settle. None of which are coastal, which is gonna make Iceland horrible. And that should be our third jade, allowing us to unlock the Qing. Where are they? Kajar Siam Qing. Improve 3 jade, we've already got it. 1, 2, 3. That's all 3 of those bad boys. It just won't show up unlocked until next era. I'm willing to make you an urban center as well. Monument here is going to be really strong. Monument here is even better, so we'll put it there. Are you gonna sneak attack me? I don't like all this. Now we're gonna go for the wheel. Get our happy buildings. I'm playing with fire here with the unhappiness crisis. It could be that Vaipuna that kind of screws things up. I was really hoping to put something like here to grab a bunch of stuff. I can still put something here and grab quite a few things. Why don't we purchase a Watanabe and try to trade? Oracle gets done. Wonders of the Ancient World 2 is completed. And we get a wildcard point. I'm gonna go for production on wonders actually, and just keep rolling these wonders out of the capital. Something nice and centrally located here would make for a great Colosseum. I think we're gonna need to go for the 2 happiness in all settlements for right now, because we are still struggling on our happiness. The Horned Serpent, the storm brings unprecedented rains, and a landslide reveals a jumble of bones with a great arcing spine longer than any animal we've ever seen. It can only be the Horned Serpent of our storyteller's tales. Poisoner that died once, but will not stay dead. 2 combat on warriors. And we need to go down this side of the tree for more settlement limit, or else we're gonna have major happy issues, because I want to settle 2 more. That'll get me at 10 out of 7. That's kind of a lot, but I think we can offset it. Oh, economic attribute really helps, because we want to get down here towards resources. And then I'm going to come up here to Choctaw, and we're going to purchase ourselves another Watanabe. I think Creek has grown as far as we want it to grow. We're just going to set it like that. I would normally be turning all of these towns into cities, or at least 1 or 2 of them. But Augustus does very well with just having 1 city, because you get 2 production in the capital for every town. So I have 1, 2. Well, I have 7 towns. It's 14 production going into the capital. And we only have 49. So, you know, it's like a third of our production comes from our towns. I wanted the Emily Bell. Darn you, Confucius. I need 1 more wonder here out of the capital. Well, we've unlocked all of our base level buildings here for our urban centers. I need to find some happiness. That's about as good as you're gonna get there, bud. I can go for a terracotta army. That's a good tile, but it's fine. I can do this. I would need 4 more total to get the golden age, which is not gonna happen. We've got some culturally minded civs here. Some peacemongers doing peacemonger things. I think more important for us is to get these good tiles down. Buff our science. We have a sick library right here when Appalachia grows. We're up to 109 culture, which feels good. It's time to get... I need to get my settlers. If I want to come settle these things, I need to get my settlers out. Appalachia, you're done growing. Let's go ahead and make you an urban center. And we're going to save up... What does it cost? 248. Put Put that sick library down. Terracotta army is done also. That gives us a free commander, which is fun. Let's go for currency. I could get a mausoleum. I could get a mausoleum. I don't want to scout. What am I doing? I didn't want to click on scout. Get rid of you. I wanted a settler. Oh yeah, this is pretty good. We can make you a mining town. You have plenty of these little things. This might be my best antiquity era that I've ever had. Don't be way young. Okay, it's Nalanda. Cool. I want to try to squeeze out a Wayang Palace here. I kind of need some more production to guarantee that. I don't have all my buildings down. Things are moving pretty quick here though towards the end. We're 70%. I have pushed this era hard by completing Silk Road so fast. Honestly, I think I can go here and hit you with one of these, and I would like to hit you with one of those, one of these, and one of these. Wow, she's gonna love me for that. And then we'll get another Watanabe and come down here and trade with her. Oh god. Oh, it's the happy crisis. It's the happy crisis. I want economic, because I'm gonna need a lot of gold, and we're gonna need to purchase some villas in places where they need to be purchased. I'm gonna have to save up. Watanabe's 400. That feels like forever away. Okay, we're gonna need to look and find some good cards. None of these matter. Ethics might matter. Let's go for Sanchi Stupa. Settlements you did not found, and influence in settlements you founded. We can stave off the unhappy for a little while. I think we can also bump some stuff like gift economy to fight the happy. Why have I not explored down here yet? Oh, Wayang Palace. Could I even arguably get Mausoleum of Theodoric? I think I had to give this up. I don't think we're gonna get this one. I'll keep it there for now, but I don't expect us to be picking that up. I could pick up one down here though. That would be really nice for us. Nobody else is anywhere near the amount of cities that are settlements that we're at, which is kind of gross. I could also absorb Longsheng. That would be a pretty good settlement for us. So you're gonna take what? That's 240 and it takes 10 turns. So I need to make sure that we keep that up once we hit around 90. And we can finally throw down specialists. And this specialist is real good. We have so many tundra cities. We're going to be able to use so many of the unique Icelandic things. What do I need? 2 more codices to get the second one. I think that's as far as we're going to go. We're going to get 2 for most of the legacies. There it is. Hauma's down. You're at -2. So let's fishing key here. And that allows us to go monument here. And we can even get a villa here. That brings you back up to happy. Happy, 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 and happy. Okay. Not that big a deal. Everybody's at like 1 or 0 happiness. Ooh. they're close to not being happy at all. There's the Mausoleum of Theodoric, giving us a military point for support. And honestly, I just need 1 more wonder. I need to be able to build 1 more wonder, and I'll have three of the great, what is it? Wonders of the Ancient World? Yeah. I think I could put a specialist here, but it's useless. But it's the most yields. So we'll just throw a specialist on the warehouse buildings. Why not? Did Amina complete Pax Imperatoria? Oh, just a milestone. Another codex. Whoa, is that 2? Yep. All right. Has anyone built the Birsa? Not yet. Do I think I could get there? Maybe. The crisis grows. 6 happiness in cities. I only have the 1 city, so that's okay. It's not that big a deal. Ah, there goes the beer set. Darn. And I don't have any plains for the Sanchi Stupa. Everything's tundra over here. No, you don't, Amina. No, you don't. I don't think you do, madam. You're pretty happy. You don't need the villa, but you do. Do I already have my altar here? Yeah. But I can put the villa here and get the influence off of it. How much is a Watanabe here? 480. We'll trade with Seleucia. Oh my god, more camels. We can put in all of this. The Great Stele also hasn't been built. So there's every chance that we can grab this as well. Tonga's starting to take off. They didn't suffer from the nerfs that we suffered from. They're getting a little bit big. Our culture has plateaued a little bit. The next card we're gonna have to put in for the crisis, that card's gonna hurt. We're not gonna be happy about it. It's gonna be a painful card. And it's coming up soon. Where am I for science? I need 3 more. Let's look at the science tree and see where we can get 3. I am working on 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna have to go up like this. But it's doable. It's very doable. As long as I don't get 1 turned on the Great Stele, we're gonna be happy. Wonders of the Ancient World completed. How many times have we done that on the channel? Not very many, but old Augustus has done it. Let's build ourselves a settler now. Oh, the age just kicked up real fast. Wow. Crisis policy slot. Oh, -10 happiness in the cap. But we weathered the storm. Hell yeah. Did we hit the 10 turn timer? I'm gonna go ahead and start doing this then, because I think next turn will be the 10 turn timer. Us completing wonders shot that up real fast. Yep, see, Himiko is mad at me, but she can stay mad. I don't care. We're playing on regroup anyway. It'll reset. I'll take your science. Oh, well, I mean, it's the end of the era, so she can't really use that against us. I can throw a good amphitheater down here. I can throw a good amphitheater down up here, too. Nourishment for the soul. 2 culture on the amphitheater. I can get more. Missouri can go ahead and throw down a +11 there. Missouri is unhappy. Well, we can fix that by doing this. And repair you, and then you're happy. No problem. Stop spying on me. I could get... No, I'm not gonna get science. There's no way. And I won't get... I could get military. How much does it cost? 920. Maybe. We might be able to get it, maybe. Well, I'm gonna get this. In what? 6 turns? And then we have this settler down here. So yeah, we'll get it. We'll almost have a perfect antiquity era. We don't do that very often. Let's throw down as many pot cops as we can. I don't need to buy this then. So I'm just gonna get rid of you. I can start buying pot cops in places. That'll just make them better. Like just pot cops everywhere over here. Pot cops go everywhere. I'm pretty happy with how this game turned out. We didn't get the biggest sized capital, but I mean, we got 1 billion settlements. We almost got everything completed. We got Wonders of the Ancient World, which I never expect to get, and we got it off of 1 city, and we weren't even playing Carthage. Let's look at our city. So far, our city is kind of ugly. I don't like the way the pot cops look. I don't like the way that tundra cities usually look. City looks busy, right? It looks like there's a whole lot of stuff going on here. But hey, can't complain. Oh no, I'm not gonna get... I did need that settled. I'm so stupid. I could have gotten settled out here. I'm not gonna get the military 3. I needed 1 more settlement to be able to get there. How stupid am I? How stupid am I? Yeah, I just needed 1 more settlement Well, if I'm not going to get the perfect, I might as well not get the perfect. Oh, but I'll take Jedit. And that gives us everything. Pax Imperatoria. Well, it doesn't give us, you know, Great Library. It doesn't give us everything, but still, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Phenomenal work. Phenomenal. She's going to hate us, though. But it's the end of the era, so... Jedit's got like 8 billion walls on it. What are you going to do? All of our stuff is unhappy, and it will be unhappy for a while. And that is the end of that. Antiquity Age completed. We're gonna roll straight into the exploration era off of the power of that great play. The Mississippians made sure of that. Age rankings wise, top, second, top 11,844. Yeah, we are dominating, absolutely destroying everybody. We leveled him up once, I think. I already had him at level 3, and we've reached max level on the foundation. I hope with the DLC that they give us a different path. Let's transition over. Remember our spreadsheet. Who are we playing? Icelandic, Lantern, and Chakra as our mementos, which is a little weird. And this is going to be our setup for exploration era. We're going to go Iceland, and then we've got the migrant appears when you complete espionage, and the chakra, 1 food in the capital for every 5 excess happiness. It's a weird little memento setup. Unfortunately, I feel like we're going to be having to pretend like we're playing without mementos at all. But we move in. Come on. Catch up. We move into the next age. Honestly, I feel pretty well prepared for what we're gonna have to do, which is, I don't know, how are we gonna transition Qing out of this? Let's just make sure that we have Qing unlocked. Yep, improved 3 Jade, we got it. How are we gonna transition into Qing here? Well, first and foremost, let's choose our legacies. I think we're gonna have to go for the +2 settlement limit and the military point. I think culture at the cost of science isn't worth it. I don't feel. Maybe we go for the Golden Age amphitheaters. We did buy quite a few amphitheaters. Food at the cost of gold, maybe? I don't know. I don't think that's very worth it either. What do we get out of science? We have 2 science points. I'm just gonna grab 2 of those. We have 3 economic points. 5 gold for every trader on antiquity and the economic attribute. I have a lot of wonders, so maybe we'll go for the culture and the happiness on wonders. And just confirm this. Economic purchasing and settlements will be nice. Militaristic production towards military units should be nice. And then scientific, I think we kind of want to go, do we want to go down this side or this side? I'm going to go down towards tech masteries. We have quite a bit of influence accumulated. Venice, Constantinople, Isfahan. We have a narrative choice. Citizens are determined to preserve the sacred memories of Uluru as urban development spreads. Sitting on her doorstep, an elderly woman shares the story of the Mala and their flight from the hound Kurpani. She is interrupted by a gang of children reenacting the Battle of the Serpents atop Uluru. That's a decent amount of culture. That's a decent amount of happiness. We're at 6 turns away from our next celebration. I think we're going to take the happy, honestly. 16 turns is too long. Let's grab Land Namabak so we can start getting our relics. And I want astronomy. We need to go through and set all of our towns' specialties. But I need to choose, do I want Constantinople or do I want Isfahan or Venice? I'm going to try for Isfahan. I need a little bit of science. So the goal is get enough science to get to shipbuilding and then go raid the crap out of everybody else. But I'm gonna have to probably start raiding around here. Who do you hate? Hostile, neutral. Let's ally you and get a culture exchange rolling here. And then what I'll do is I'll war Amina and start using my Vikinger to start pillaging all of her stuff. Try to get a little bit of science per turn out of that. She has plenty of stuff to pillage here. On that note, let's also we might as well also just come over here and do like this and purchase one of those bad boys right there. And next turn we'll purchase another and we'll use that to just pillage her up. Failed tempered pottery is giving us 40 gold per turn. Oh my goodness. That's pretty good. I like to see that. We like to see that. And I guess I'm gonna move you up here towards Chedet. Everything is now about just pillaging up for science, getting ready for these short little wars against Amina. It would probably be best to go for piety next, get our religion out. And again, we're gonna go theocracy. Theocracy or feudal monarchy? Maybe we go for the feudal monarchy for the production towards, theocracy, culture. Let's go for the culture. Finally, we can start getting these Ringstädter everywhere. That's nice. Going from the last game we played Iceland where we couldn't build them anywhere to being able to put them basically everywhere. Oh, 300 science is pretty good right now. That'll get us to our fleet commander fast. And +10 in cities is okay. I'll take it. Culture. Okay, I'll take it. And I'll take Drekhofuth. I don't know how to pronounce that. We've got a Ringstädter here. Let's now start pumping out some saga heroes. I think we'll pump out a couple of these. Not that many. They're nice to have, but we saw in the last game that they're not the most important thing in the whole world. In fact, Wat Shentang is probably just better overall to have. Where I will put it, I don't know. I mean, I guess here. And we'll have a super tile. A super duper wonder tile. Oh, this is cool. Hrafnel Halfrison. Whenever you coastal raid, spread your religion. Well then, let's come in here and purchase our temple and get our religion up. On the channel, we always go for the butterfly. And I think 2 relics for a capital city. And then we'll go science for cities that follow our religion and get you sorted. Well then, I would say it's basically time to do this and start coastal raiding and see if Confucius joins us. And that he does. Every single one of those is coastal raids is giving us gold, which is allowing us to get Ringstädter. And this gold is also going to help us with getting observatories, which is going to power us through our science. Oh, +2 Vikinger. I got one down here and one over here. That's less good, but whatevs. Let's start sending you around. See how long it takes you to travel the length and breadth of the continent here. We got machinery done. I guess we're just gonna click on shipbuilding here to go down. And we might as well purchase our fleet commander. It might be nice to get a temple out here too. I'm gonna have space for relics. He's willing to give me a settlement to end this war, so let's just accept that. We get G over here and we get out of the war. We got a lot of science out of that bumped us up a good 2 techs, so I'm happy with that. We kind of were getting some units killed, so I wanted to back off a little bit to regain some ground. G, not the best looking settlement. Confucius is down to 3. 2 big fat levels on our fleet commander as well. Not bad. Oh, Himiko hates us. I might want to start preparing for that over here. Let's do something like this and something like this and get ourselves a fleet commander and start building up a navy on this coast. It's gonna be fairly important. I need to find a second city as well, honestly. Njal wakes in the dead of night to the scraping of metal. He peers out of the bed closet to see his sons arming themselves and inquires where they're going at this hour. "We're hunting sheep," says his eldest with a wolfish smile. "You've told me that before," Njal replies, "but then you were hunting men." Do I want peace? Yeah, let's go with the influence. Yeah, influence on Ringstetter is pretty cool. Veringjar, 3 combat strength and movement on naval and embarked units is pretty strong. I want to make sure that I'm purchasing up my Ringstetter so that I have them. Replace all my pot cops with the Ringstetter. It's fine with me. And keep pumping out these saga heroes. Njal Thorgerson. Activate on Ringstetter. 2 culture on Ringstetter in this settlement. For each celebration, bro, you go to Chickasaw. Because I just put a bunch of Ringstetter down there. Ringstetter? I don't know what it's gonna be. G. I would like a merchant out of you. And some more Vikinger out of here. There's a war coming this way. For sure. I need you to be a fort town. Because there's gonna be violence over here as well. Our Ringstetter here are now providing like 4 culture because of the celebrations, and we're not far from rolling into more celebrations. That's pretty sick. I think we're gonna pick up 2 culture on culture buildings. That'll be pretty good. Venice is not far. We might as well pick up an extra trade route with you and cultural exchange, and we'll come in here, we'll purchase ourselves another merchant. We're just going to keep trading with him for gold and then roaring a mina and getting a bunch of science off of her until we can get to the distant lands. Oh, what do you think you're doing, lady? I don't want you doing that. If she settles there, I'll just take that settlement from her. I have boats in the area. Yes, but do you have a flag? We can upgrade our boys. And we're not far from shipbuilding. Ah, cultural attribute point. That's sick. I like that. Well, we'll go... You know what? Let's go for the civic masteries, actually. I think we can get another cultural attribute point. We're not that concerned about that. What do I get? Freydis Eriksdatter. Naval units can coastal raid for no movement cost. Well, I'll send you up here. I think now is the time that I'm going to rip this band-aid off and declare war over here. See if Confucius joins me. Get all of our boats out. And start shoosting. Where you going, settler? Not where you want to go, that's for sure. Coastal raid. Coastal raid. Coastal raid. Give me all the science. Coastal raid. And now we do the shooting. And coastal raid that down too. I like these Vikings. Not gonna lie. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. This is a fun addition to the exploration era. Man, our fleet commander is just boosting himself to the moon here. So much XP coming off this. This is a fun way to play the game. Finally, we make it to shipbuilding. That's going to make our Vikinger even stronger. Once we're able to actually take the time to actually, you know, level them up like we can do right now. Coastal raid, take that. With some clever thinking, we can definitely take Wasset here, and most likely, honestly, Gao. Especially if I can come in here and get another catapult. I don't think Gao's gonna make it. Before I shoot, I want to make sure my fleet commander's in range. And our capital's officially maxed out. We're sitting on basically every tile we can sit on. The Kashgar unlock bonus might be like the easiest unlock in the game. Just five specialists in one settlement. You get that every game you play. I need more temples. I have too many relics. Throw you there. That'll give me some temples to put some stuff in. I'm gonna keep you here so that I can coastal raid a bunch of stuff next turn. And we'll definitely be taking Wasset. There's no stopping me from that. I'm gonna put this out for, yep, see, that's why I did that. I was curious what could be sitting over here in the dark. I knew it was probably something I didn't want to be messing with. I can't coastal raid that far away. It's gonna have to be these guys. Amina and Confucius make peace, but I don't see anything he could have got out of that was worth it. I didn't see him take anything worth taking. Oh, we got the right cult. I didn't watch the video, darn it. But still, Snorri's legacy. Amid billows of steam rising from Yikehold's geothermal pool, the scholar leans back to contemplate the sky. The old myths and legends are fading in the face of new beliefs, and with them the language of poetry. But the kings across the sea have such interesting genealogy. 4 culture on the Reichelt, 4 science on the Reichelt, or a relic. Let's go for the science, just to get some extra science, and just pump out more saga heroes here out of the capital. There's no spot for my catapults to hit this. That's a bummer. Hoshikana is mine. We converted Wasset. Oh no, we completed the civic there. Damn you! Why do you keep showing up with stuff? I have coastally raided her into oblivion. I've farmed so much up off of her. It's fantastic. Conquered by Icelandic. That should give me Wasset. There we go. And it's time to peace out of this war. Will you give me this? Will you give me this? Where is Mennefer, I wonder? Before I do that, let's take a look at Liang Zhao. That doesn't really look particularly appetizing. I would kind of rather take Mennefer, I think. You won't give me Mennefer at all. Okay, well, I will take what I can get. I'll take whatever I can receive. Well, we have darn near a fully promoted fleet commander and not much else to do with him. I could take the time to come over here and start messing with old Himiko. She's got quite a few things on the coast. We could very easily take Vaipuna, but I think I kind of would rather that we take some distant land settlements. I think going for the distant lands might be better suited for us. But we almost completely control our home continent. We have just dominated this home area. And most of it was through settling, honestly. And if I don't do something about Himiko, she's going to get too strong too fast. That is a legitimate concern that she might pop off a bit. I need to remember that I should be buying my ageless buildings over here. Oh, Hunza, you're in a bad place. Is somebody influencing you? We get a militaristic attribute because we wiped out Hunza, and that's going to really help with gold maintenance. And I want to hit this pretty fast. I also want to go down this side, honestly. We want to go down that side, but it's going to be a little harder to do that. I'm going to level with you and say that I'm pretty interested in going to war with Himiko here. Because if we don't slow her down, she's gonna take over the game. She's a really strong civ. I mean, I'm taking over the game, but I don't want any competition for the title of most broken guy. She is feeding us a lot of trade though. She is up to tier 3 units though. That's a little worrisome. Tier 3 is a lot. She's got a lot of science. I don't like how much science she's got going. I can get to tier 3 as well. It's not that that's impossible. Well, let's send you up to a naval unit. Okay, there's Trung with a mighty unprotected looking coast here, Trung. And you have a smaller military than me. You might be worth exploiting. I think we're gonna take the war with Himiko though, and then I'm going to pump up some points there, and let's take out her fleet commander nice and early so we can take out some boats nice and early, and we can coastal raid to get some stuff off. Okay, she's got some heavy boy boats over here. I do need to be aware. Bro, Confucius has been like my ride or die boy this whole time. Every time I declare war, he declares a war. He's right there with me. He's my bro. I don't like the units that she's got. She's got like tier 3 stuff, and I fear the tier 3s. Ooh, Table Mountain. 500 culture boost. Forgot all about that part of the Icelandic abilities. Wow, a lot of people are up to tier 3 units already. I don't quite know how I feel about that. Well, all of her units don't do her any good sitting up there on land. That's kind of a secret hidden bonus here. I can probably just straight up take this right now. I mean, she'll get it back next turn, yeah. But I could... it takes too long to raise. 17 pop, that's insane. That's a big turnaround there, and a lot of experience here on my guy. And it's a big blow to her. That was a bigger one of her cities. And we still only have one city. Cahokia, our capital. If I had built more cities, like converted more to cities, we'd probably be in an even better position. But I kind of like the just one city Augustus sort of play. The capital, he's just been clicking along, building things. We're as big as we could possibly be. We can't fit any more things around. They didn't take that city back? Are you nuts? This Lancer being here is a problem. That slows things down. I thought I'd pretty easily take Vaipuna. I don't think we're doing that anymore. Oh, wow, I can actually just walk in and take Vaipuna. Just have that as mine. I'll take you. She's not that far from asking for peace, I have to imagine. I think I've only got 2 or 3 turns until I can ask for peace, and there's no way she's got much of a fight left in her. I could probably negotiate for pretty much anything I might want. That is the power of the boat spam. Oh my god, her capital. Her capital is just so exposed. It's basically entirely coastal. We meet the final Civ in this game, Charlemagne. Ich bin Carolus. Charlemagne. Ich bin Carolus. And we're just gonna get Pushkana 2, I believe, with that, spreading our religion. Don't tell me that's... We take Lahaina that easy? What? Oh my goodness. Madam, she will take a blank piece, and she's willing to give me Isfahan as well, but my stupid tooltip is stuck here. Game. Propose. No. Propose. Isfahan. Give me. Thank you. And that is the majority of things over here in the homelands belonging to us, the Icelandic. We're big. We're fat. We're well above the limit, which is a bad thing. Because if we look at our happiness, negative 14, negative 39, negative 11, negative 7, negative 19, negative 24, negative 15, negative 23. Yeah, 51. We are hitting some happiness issues. However, we're just 3 settlements or 3 masteries away from Toscana. And if I can get at least 1 distant land settlement and then 2 distant land settlements and convert them, we'd basically be finished with this. Science, that's just going to take time. As soon as the capital grows, we'll be able to do those things. Stats wise, we're in the upper mid card of science. We're the top of culture. And I'm kind of just dealing through the slog. The late exploration era slog. I say late, we're turning 67. Only 44%. But we should see the age start progressing pretty rapidly here as I finish up some stuff. I'm not that far away from finishing up Enlightenment. I know it says that I'm not even 2nd place yet, but I'm throwing down buildings pretty fast here in the capital, and those buildings are going to get us the adjacencies that we need. I'm also surprisingly close to non-sufficient orbis, even though it might not seem that way. We're not as far away from that as it might look at first glance. And that's Toscana done just by researching authority here. I could probably save a lot of gold by getting rid of... I want to keep charters. I'll get rid of leifs, whatever, and put in levies. And with that saved gold, I'm going to purchase myself a settler. We want to come colonize this Monte Alban island. And if I'm being perfectly honest, I should probably war Trung while she's at war with Mongolia. That would be nice. That would be nice. But Toscana finishing boosts us up to 54. Are you still at war? No, you could be. That would boost us through some techs. Why don't I just... That gives you a lot of war score. Why don't I just denounce you and hinder civics and let our relationships drop? And then I shall deal with you. A mining town with a sawmill over here is going to be our best bet. That's worth a lot of gold for us. Wasset, you need to get converted over to a urban center. Can't believe I'm still trying to grow you. I also need to figure out what I'm going to be doing about my happy problems. Oh, I don't like this. No, no. We had to let that get burned down. You can't just build stuff where I'm planning to build. How is this next to the cheval and he hasn't picked it up? The AI is really bad at picking up their goodie huts. Outside the early game, they just do not pursue them. If it's not a scout, I swear their units just won't touch them. Scouts will grab them, nothing else will though. One of the most goated things about Iceland is this cheaper repair. I have found that there are so many new volcanoes spawned on my maps, and being able to just repair them on the cheap has saved me so much money in the long run. And Ashoka keeps handing me city-states to disperse on a silver platter. He keeps doing all the work and I keep reaping the benefits here. I think that's 3 now that he's dispersed, or he's beat up, and I've used that to disperse them. Okay, Trung dislikes me now. Are you allied with anyone that I care about? No. What's your agenda? Fewest dislikes the most? Yeah, I have way more than you do. Let's take this formal war and pump it up by 2 points. Line our boats up and have a blast. I just made 3,000 gold almost coastally raiding Trung's capital. Just so crazy. Iceland might be my favorite exploration era civ right now. There are a lot of civs that I really like. Like, I love Mongolia. Weirdly enough, I love Mongolia, even though I don't like domination games. I think they feel so thematic. And I like the Majapahit a lot. I like the Chola a lot. But Iceland, they're just taking the cake for me here. We're about to finish off Old Enlightenment here. It's almost done. And like I said earlier, not very far from finishing off the military one, the non-sufficient orbis. Do I not have the right? Stop. Shipbuilding, we need to pick up the right tech. I thought I already had shipbuilding too. Social class. She just keeps sending her units into this meat grinder here, and she can't attack me. She doesn't have ranged units. So I just keep getting the chance to smack units here. It's phenomenal. And there's enlightenment completed. Dual legacies. Oh, do we get the happy crisis? Minus 500 gold. Ugh. Hey, we found Mount Fuji giving us 500 culture. That's a whole turn's worth of culture. Nobody settled Fuji. We found a lot of New World wonders. That's 3 I think we've hit. Wilwakwakikta Falls. It is now our religion and ours. If we look at military, if we piece her out and then convert, so we're done with military. So that's pretty huge. We're up to 23 settlements. Again, just a bonkers, ridiculous number. And I've got 5 camels. That's gross. Beneath Augustus's rule, order may be cloaked in a priest's robe or an artisan's tunic. What matters is that services are provided and taxes and respect are delivered in full. We've already founded a religion, so we can get structures of power, giving us culture for great works. It's time for us to hit like all of these culture milestones that give us the settlement limit and Notre Dame. And I'm definitely gonna need to get a new city next stage. Cahokia is maxed out. We one-seeded this for as long as we could. Honestly, we did great. I'll take Tosali, wherever that may be. That gives us Mexico. Tosali is this. Well, let's temple you up and then purchase a missionary. And then we'll convert that and finish non-sufficient orbis. Yep, and that'll be culture, science, and military done. There's no way on earth that we're gonna be able to get economic. That's just a pie in the sky sort of dream. Not feasible. Charlemagne is still getting rough seas damage. Brother hasn't even hit shipbuilding yet with his 83 science a turn. Notre Dame, probably the best wonder in the exploration era besides the Wat Kentang. This helps you out a whole lot when you go into the modern era. I love the Notre Dame. It just gives you so much culture. I love the culture game. Not that I think the way it's done in this game is particularly phenomenal, but I like playing the culture game. Start getting three-point treasure fleets. 1, 2, 3. If I can get 2 of those for the end of the game, I'll get 1 economic point. Who's going to be our best bet for a second city? Maybe Creek? Maybe Kusa? Let's convert you over and go ahead and build all of our ageless buildings over here. Oh god, these crises. That's 638 gold loss. I could take an 8 influence hit. That's not a problem. 638 gold loss is bad. You know what they should do to up the difficulty here? Devs, please, if you're watching this, I don't know if you're watching this, but what you should do to up the difficulty, we should have a game mode where we don't get to choose the crisis policy slots that get put in. They should just be randomized and set. That'll make the crises actually feel like something, I think. It does take away player agency, which they don't like to do. But that would definitely make it feel like they're something to be feared. There's our 10-turn timer. We're not gonna get the treasure convoys in enough time. Yep, no way. I could have held that, but I don't like just delaying my eras. That economic legacy point's not gonna do anything for us. I mean, look at the size of us already. We'll have the factories done in no time. I was pretty close to getting at least 1 point. That's a little bit of a bummer. But we got 3 and everything else. I just got converted, so this is gone. But if you look, if I converted this back, I'd have it, right? So it's just conversions that messed me up there. But we did get the 3. The military is getting easier and easier to get the better I am at the game. I tend to get all in exploration era. I tend to get science, culture, and military. I struggle with economic. Actually, I've only got a full economic path twice, and that was with Pachacuti both times. Pachacuti, not the Inca, but Pachacuti himself. The Inca, I was able, I think I got 1 with the Inca. But the rest were, the other one was Shawnee. So I think just Pachacuti himself is strong enough to sort of carry that power around with. Pachacuti might be the best leader in the game if you don't want to cheese like with Saida. Pachacuti's rather good. Do I become a dictatorship? Do I become a monarchy? A republic? I wish it let me know what the consequences were besides the unhappiness consequences, because it's the last turn. Who cares if I have -10 happiness in all my towns? It's the last turn. Weirdly, a Diplo point from Future Civic. Let's just go ahead and put happiness per age, try to deal with our happiness issues. You know what, actually that's a pretty decent draw for us. And everything we do this turn is a moot point, because we're moving into the modern age where we have to play as the Qing. And the Qing here at 25 settlements is going to be a pretty easy win, I believe. We're just gonna go factory town everything up and go crazy on merchants and win that way, I believe. But yeah, the Iceland's nice. Always the Icelanders fed the eagles. Looking at the age rankings, first, and 21 to 13. They can't keep up. Lowest has 3. We have 21. Oof, they're not doing well. As Augustus continues to level up, transitioning into the next age. What mementos do we have to use here? The punch cards and the piano. Punch cards and piano, both very cultural mementos. Interesting. Well, let's throw those in. This punch cards. 20 science parades for every science building. Okay. And where's the piano? 10% culture towards studying civic masteries. Where's our boys, the Qing? Qing, my favorite modern era civilization. I love them so much. Who are we facing off against? Siam, Russia, France, Meiji, Buganda, Qajar, and Nepal. Seems like pretty easy pickings to me. We have some economic city-states on the map. That's also pretty cool. I want to make sure that we are setting up trade routes quick, fast, and in a hurry. I would like to hit you with a reconciliation. Hit you with a reconciliation. And get some trade rolling. That's going to be the most important thing for us to do. What did we boost? Modernization boosted. That's okay. Living standards is going to be pretty cool for us. Let's choose our legacies here so we can finish this game up. 100% production of gold towards rail station and ports, but negative 25% culture. That's not that bad. It sounds bad, but it's not that bad. I'm gonna go 2 relics. Oh, that's the only card we can take. Nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. That's not good enough. 10 production for settlements in distant lands. I don't have that many. 1, 1, 2. Maybe that's what we do there. Science. Universities become golden age universities. Sure. Lyceums might be okay. I'm gonna make Kusa a city again for free. Let's go Lyceums. And then let's go for the Diplo point for some happiness. Confirm all that. Happiness for settlements with resources, food on warehouse buildings, growth on cities, and let's go for commanders get a new levels pretty good. I have a lot of highly promoted commanders, so getting levels on them would be okay. Oh no, do our commanders lose all their levels in regroup? No, there's no way. Is it? There's no way. Okay, good. Yeah, no, there's no way. I was wondering why we had a bunch of 1-point commanders. Let's purchase ourselves 7 Hanchang. We might not have enough gold to do so, but we're gonna purchase as many as we can. That's 3, 4, 5. That's what we can get. We can get 5. Okay. And I need to take the time to set all of my settlements to what I want them to be, which is, ooh, kind of a huge pain in the backside. I'm just gonna build 2 more of these, because that's what I need to finish the whole thing out. Let's go through and do all this as slowly as I can so I don't make any mistakes. I predict somewhere in the future we're going to end up with an auto distribute button here. It's going to be asked for. That's going to be the community feedback. Please auto distribute. I'm not saying that I want that, but I have a feeling that that's something that we're definitely going to see happen before the end of Civ 7, or at least a model come out. One or the other will happen. With the sheer amount of territory we have, this would be an Ottomans game, bro. What an Ottomans game this would be. We would win. We would win so fast with the cultural victory. We'd have so many little cultural things, but with the amount of territory that we have, this is a great time to go for the factory win, because look at the factory resources we've got. We've got 1 billion and we've got 1 billion factory settlements. So we're just gonna run all the way down to factories and win the game. Whoa, no, sir. I just lost Beijing. How did that happen? That was a mistake. Well, we'll rectify that mistake. I ran out to kill off a unit and had a unit sneak around behind me and attack me and kill me instead. Classic Robert move. Classic Civ. 3:30 a.m. move on my point. But not a big problem. Complete a port within 20 turns. Yeah, I can do that. Improve a coal, silver, or gold. That's not gonna happen. Let's complete a port. We'll do that in just a few turns. Give me my city back, thank you. I was working on a city park right there. The reputation of Augustus spreads through his artisans, his craftspeople, his architects. The world looks to his realm for inspiration, and he always delivers. If I can have 5 artifacts, I think we can get there. It shouldn't be that difficult to get the 5 artifacts. I can put a +12 there, but I don't really want to. I'd rather just, because that +12 isn't take into account the fact that I'm overbuilding a culture building. I don't trust those yields actually. Like, it doesn't tell me, like, you have to look over in the sidebar to see what you're actually gaining. At a glance, you're just not getting a clear picture. Weird seeing a Russian Confucius, because I'm Qing, so he had to choose something else. I don't know why you would choose Russia. He wasn't that far down on the picking list. He must be. He must have a ton of tundra up here, so he must be considering. All right, AI, I see you. That's a little smart, I guess, but you're not big enough to really benefit from that. But quest for Charlemagne's capital here. I'm looking all over the place. I could trade with Winchester here, but I don't want to. I want to trade with a better city than that. I'm gonna spend my Huiguan, or whatever the Hanshang, the traders are called, Hanshang. If I can pronounce Watanabe, I can learn to pronounce Hanshang. Wow, really only 2 artifacts? Finally, we found Athens. We can trade with that. Give me all your stuff. So that's 1 trade route with every single person, which is quite a lot of stuff. We have about 8 billion different factory resources we can use. So once we can get to factories, things will just shoot by. I don't know if I'll have enough space in my capital to put down a railroad. Cahokia is like choked for space. I could put a railroad there. But man, we used every tile for wonders, really. I have a billion wonders. But we do have the railroads in now. I'm being spied on like crazy. I don't need the Hanshang. You know what? No, I'll take the Hanshang. And we will improve trade here. I want Ahasapa, actually, because that has more factory resources. And that's what we want. Rare metals would be good for you. And then stabilizing frontier. Let's throw those rare metals in here. Up to 100 science out of the capital. And it's money time. 5,000 per rail station. Oof. Oof. Ugh. We'll throw those in. Start saving up cash to put them in other places. I mean, I'm making 2,000 gold per turn. I should be able to afford something pretty soon. 500 science, 700 culture. We're leading the pack by 1,000,000 miles. None of the other AI have more than 9 settlements, and we're sitting on 24. That really kind of explains everything you need to know about this game. Beijing really needs production. What gives me the most production? Beijing's struggling. It needs production. Cahokia can produce because I have, 22 towns providing production towards it. Is it per age? It's just a 2 production. Well, that's as good as a ironworks, at least. Maybe 2 ironworks with a specialist to Cahokia, so it's not bad. Augustus is kind of the king of going wide. Oxford gives us steam engine. Oxford gives us electricity. And Oxford gives us a wildcard point. I could spend it on science, but I only need like 1 more tech. What I really need is gold. Crete gets its rail station. Alabama should get a rail station as well. And the rails are spreading. Another economic attribute point for being an economic civ and building a railroad. All of these like units next to my explorer makes me feel like Indiana Jones. And we're in the desert. Interesting. Alabama, Chickasaw should get a rail station next. Hey, we got 5 artifacts giving us geographic society. As the empire's military presence began to dwindle, diplomats speak in hushed whispers of new plans to bolster imperial power abroad. Economic attribute point, of course. And we're gonna go capacity in towns. And the past lives on in Augustus's empire, delivering lessons of the past to generations to come. cultural attribute point, allowing us to hit. This is gonna get bonkers in a minute. It says 39 now, but it'll be bigger than 39. As soon as we hit our factories, that's gonna go nuts. Speaking of factories, I need to save money. Everything goes into money now. Well, that's factories unlocked, and that's the game. Now we're just gonna click and we don't care where we go, because all that matters now is just getting rail stations and factories thrown down inside of our factory towns, because that's the most efficient way to spend our money, is in the factory towns. I just wanted to show factories. Okay, I have 9 slots. Do I have anything that has 9 resources? We need 500 factory points, and we're getting 9 per turn, soon to be more, as I slowly fill in our stuff. I've got a lot of these points in now. 11, 14, 18, 20, 24 points per turn, and it's just gonna go up. I just need to hit 500 of them bad boys. I gotta say, it's not great, but the modern era is growing on me, but only, and I mean only, if I'm going for an economic victory. Science victory in this game feels so bad, I think, but the economic victory feels really good. I don't know, maybe there's something like primal about just clicking the buttons, right? Maybe that's what it is. Oh, I should go. No, I'm going the wrong way with you. You got to go down here. Will we never get there in time? I don't think I'm actually getting plus 3% science off of this T. I think it only applies once. I'm not getting the yields I would expect if I was getting plus 3% multiple times. We finally matched our settlement limit. That's crazy. We settled just the right amount of cities. I'd like to say that that was calculated, but I would be lying if I did. I need 2 more factories to have all of our factory resources. So I guess it's Choctaw's time to get its railroad, but it can't afford its factory yet. Yeah, I think I'm going to be definitely the first to hegemony. Nobody else is pumping out the culture nearly as much as I am, nor the science. We're way ahead. And I'm almost done with railroad tycoon points. So I could go either way. I could go for a cultural victory. I could go for a economy victory. We're definitely going for the economy, but we're getting it either way. I think next turn or 2 turns from now we'll have the industrialist or the railroad tycoon or whatever his name is. That's well before we'll get to hegemony. I was just 3 points away from getting it this turn. I should have built more. I should have built more guys. Well, that does it. I have achieved the railroad tycoon, and now we just have to move him from capital to capital. That's 14 turns. 1 to move, 1 to build. Oh, you know, I never realized that this actually scales off of influence. What? You had to spend influence to do this thing? I couldn't do it to her. That cost 2 influence. 3 influence, I mean. Okay. So he's allied with me, so it costs no influence, but she hates me, so it costs a ton of influence. That makes some sense. No, cancel. I had to find her capital. Goa's not her capital. Ugh. So let's come over here and purchase a light naval unit. Give us some movement. I'm just constantly slowing down my economic victory here so I can dual legacy. That's all it is. You know, we're not making mistakes. We're just trying to dual legacy things. That's gonna be my excuse. I joke about not making a mistake and just extending so we can dual legacy, but I have 4 explorers out and I need 4 to finish up the culture path. So yeah, I'm gonna just dual legacy it up. Get more experience for Augustus. Level up. Try to get all of his mementos. Hey, there we go. We've done it. Geographic Society unlocked as we pull up another artifact out of the ground. Dual legacies completed for old Augustus. We pulled up 2 artifacts that turn. And we've got what, like 5 turns until we win with the banker. Let's see, we've got 2 more capitals left, Paris and Tehran, so that's 4 turns. And then we're just gonna win the game. So time to start deleting everything, and let's queue up something so that I don't have to see you again. Not a single point in military or science victory, which is very on par for us because I don't like those 2 victory types in this game. Although I do like the science victory in Civ 6 and Civ 5 and Civ 4, I don't think it's particularly great in this one. I don't know. I feel like the production on the stuff is way too high. The launch pad's really expensive and the individual projects are pretty expensive. Final look at our beautiful city here. Colosseum, Museum, Great Stele, Chengde Mountain Resort, El Escorial, Oxford, and I think this is a menagerie? Yeah, menagerie and an inn all lined up here in a perfect, beautiful little screenshot. What do we have over here in Beijing? The Huiguan, a granary and a saw pit, yeah. Factory over here. And then our mills down here. And a museum and a Thingstatter here. Thingstatter. Nice little mix of all the stuff we've ever had, kind of. If only had a pot cop here, it'd be perfect. I didn't realize. Look at the size of that chicken. It's huge. It's like the size of the horses you see walking around on the map. Look at our thing down here on the mini map. It must be hard to see on YouTube. I don't know if I can zoom in very easily. It looks like a seahorse. Got a little curly tail here at the bottom, little fin in the back, and then the head. It looks like a seahorse with a weird crest on its top. Beautiful map. This has been a fun game. I've had some of the most fun I've ever had in Civ 7 in this particular game. When it gets you, it gets you. This game has its faults. It has its flaws, but it's been repaired. And whenever it hooks you, man, it hooks you good. I don't always want to play Civ 7, but when I do, I'll sit and play 7 hours straight when it should be 4 a.m. and I should be asleep before I go to work to teach a bunch of students tomorrow. But no, here's the game. World Bank victory, Roman of the hour. Win the modern ages, Augustus. Give us our beautiful fireworks and let us end this game. There's Wat Qiantang in the background there. Colosseum right up front. Modern age has come to an end. I hope, if you watch this whole thing, I hope you enjoyed the giant supersode. It's probably going to be 2 to 3 hours. Maybe even longer. It's going to be really long. Let's view this legend report. Almost level 8. Pretty close. And what did we unlock? Did we unlock his second memento? I'll have to add it to the list. That'll be the end of this one, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Let me know what you think about the random ones. I have fun. Bye-bye.